Hello everyone. In this video, I will concentrate with you and I will teach you how to find the range for the graph. We talked about the domain in the previous video and now we will talk about the range. Actually, the range usually is the y-axis. When we are talking about the y-axis, we will start the same thing from left to the right for this graph or for this line. It's a linear function because it's a line, so it can be represented by a linear equation, and we will talk now about the range. For the range, we can start from this point as follows. So let's count from 0, 0 as follows. So we need to go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is 6 units. But we know that this direction below the 0 is a negative direction of y-axis. And so we have first, we will start with a negative 6. For the other point at the end on the right, we can start as follows, going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we are going up as 11 unit. We know that this direction is the positive direction. So in this case, the 11 is positive. So we have now 6 as negative and 11 as positive. The minimum is negative 6 and the maximum is 11. So as I said, the range is the y. So starting from the left, the y is greater than or negative, greater than negative 6. Of course, it's less than 11. So any number above the negative 6 is greater than 6. But at the same time, it's less than 11. I can see that this circle is filled. So what we need is equity. But for the 11, I can see that the circle is empty or not filled. So in this case, I don't need the equity sign. So I can say that the range is any number, or I can say all the numbers that greater. Why greater? Because look at the mouth here. It's big mouth. So the y here is any number that is greater or equal. Why it's equal? Because I have the equity sign. Because the circle is filled circle. So greater than or equal to negative 6. And at the same time, and look at that y we have here is the small mouth. So it is and smaller or less than, smaller than 11. I didn't say smaller or equal to 11. Why? Because the circle here is empty. It's not filled. So we have no equity in this case. So this is actually one way that I can represent the range using. But I can use another way by using the negative 6 first from the left, as I said, and then, yes, comma, as we did with the domain, and then the end is 11. The same thing, I can use the filled circle as bracket and the 11 as parenthesis because 11 is not included, so parenthesis, negative 6 is included, so I use a bracket, and I can read it the same. So it is all the y values or all the number that are greater than negative 6 but at the same time less than 11, so it is interval. I talked about the difference between like being a point and interval or range or domain. It is the same here, so it is not a point here. I'm not talking about run negative 6 or rise 11. No, I'm talking about at least, I'm talking about here in this example as interval between -6 and 11. Here is the range. Hope guys that I explained to you how to find the range, and I hope that you watched the first video about finding the domain. So in this case, we should be able now to find the domain and the range for any linear function. Enjoy it, keep pushing, and let us work together to make the math more and more easy. See you later.